Hi guys, my name is Julius Adicayono, and first of all, I want to say thank you to those who helped me in making this video. I want to say thank you to Fabi who supports me and helped me in making and helped me editing this video. Bayu who supports me, Sherlyn who supports me too and helped me in making the materials of this video, Ongski and Grace who provide his boarding house for me on working this project, and especially I want to say thank you to Membening. She lectured me well in my third semester and this fifth semester of my college, and yeah, she's a good lecturer for me, and I like how she's lecturing. She's always force her students to be brave, not to do right, and somehow I agree with her. Yeah, when you're brave enough to try, you know where is your position right now, and that's how you learn effectively. Okay, back to the topic. Work health and safety is an essential aspect. You know, in construction company, every worker have to use helmet, safety shoes, safety vest, etc. And it is a common view in a construction company. We all know that the construction company has so many risks like falling materials, chemicals, or the worst case is the building collapsed, and it's a common view. But have you ever wondered how about the other industries, like entertainment industries? Do you ever think that entertainment industries have their own risk in their job too? There are so many cases in entertainment industries related to work health and safety. But first, let me tell you what is entertainment industry in actual. Entertainment industry is an industry that works with such a variety shows or performance to entertain people. For example, the biggest entertainment industry that ever exists is in Hollywood. Compared to the other places and country, Hollywood has so many shows, performance, and artists. So many of their artists is in the international level and hold big risk being in the entertainment industry. And let's take the other example. The other country that has a big entertainment industry is South Korea. South Korea is well known as the other industry of girl bands and boy bands that called K-pop. And this entertainment industry in South Korea that known as K-pop industry is what I'm gonna discuss in this video. When we look deep into that industry, there are so many boy bands and girl bands with such a nice performance. They look neat and flawless while doing their performance on and off stage. I think you need to know that to be able to do such a good performance, they require a lot of effort. Every company has their own rules and requirements, such as legalities and contracts, which includes how their artists should perform or even behave. Every company signed papers and dealt with the artists by individuals. The paper should be included a couple points consisting of how the company should work with the health and safety of the artist. And somehow there are some companies that even forbid their artists being in romantic relationship in actual life too. K-pop artists, especially boy bands and girl bands, are forced to be perfect in every condition, and they have to perform flawlessly regardless in what condition their health and safety are. And in order to look good in their performance, some companies ignore their own rules, which is protecting their artists to make their artists perform perfectly. And somehow this could bring more risk into the artist itself instead of protecting them. When they force themselves to look good while ignoring their health and safety in order to make the company they belong satisfied and make their fans happy, sometimes the artists forgot to pay attention to their own health. They practice every day from the sunrise till dawn. They delivered happiness while they are actually ill inside. There are so many cases when K-pop artists collapse on the stage, and that's the result when they force themselves to practice every day just to perform perfectly on the stage. But somehow, I think it's also the company's fault that they didn't pay enough attention to their artist's health, and the artist ended up not performing well when they didn't pay attention to their health. Eating healthy food such as salad or working out every day isn't enough to maintain their health. They had to rest well and enough to keep them healthy. For worst safety case, there are a lot of moments when safety isn't being watched on and off stage. For example, K-pop industry, when it comes to performance on the stage, it is so intended to the perfection. And yeah, for example, sometimes they add real fire effect in the side of the stage to add such a dramatic and perfect performance. And those fire are being put too close to the artist and it almost burned them. Yeah, there are one case that a boy band named EXO had one on their performance. And when it comes to the safeness of K-pop artists off stage, there are cases that the bodyguards from the company isn't protecting them enough until their artists had to face some barbaric fans by themselves at the moment. Yeah, they are being scratched, slapped, or thrown are the usual condition when the artist is being gathered by their fans in the crowd. And you know, there are also terrible fans called Sasaeng, I think. Uh, they are stalks or engages in other behavior constituting an invasion of the privacy of a Korean idol or other public figure. They are intent to stalk their private life, such as their house, their love life, and even they stole their underwear. What do you think? It's so terrible, man. I think the company should work more in the case of paying attention to their artists' health and safety. I think regulation isn't enough to to keep an eye to their artists. Companies had to make sure in every condition that their artist is healthy and their artist perform secure. And I think adding more bodyguards, for example, can raise the artist's safeness off stage. And the bodyguards should pay attention to the artist. Of course, And yeah, it's every time the artist goes out in the public places, even there are almost zero probability of crowd. And the company can force their artists to practice every day, even if the artist had an upcoming concert or schedules. Resting is the first priority in order to be healthy. You know that our body cells are recover every single time, so we need to rest and eat enough protein to support their process recovery. And like I've said before, every company should put more attention to their artists' health and safety regardless on or off stage. And the company should do a routine check upon their artists' health by taking them to a routine checkup or maybe go to the hospital or calling doctors to check upon their health if they don't have any time to go to a routine check at the hospital. And even if they are busy or not, routine health check can be ignored even for one time. By that routine check, the company can assure that their artist is in a healthy condition and able to do the performance or the other schedule. And for the worst case, even when the artists uh, feel well, they say they are fine, they don't feel sick. Uh, by the routine check, sometimes it shows them that there is something unhealthy going on their body, and it could appear from being tired or overworked. And by that overworking, the artist can feel sick even if they have already maintained their health by taking healthy food or vitamins or even doing workouts. So I think routine check is a must for every artist belong to the company in K-pop industry. And I think there is other thing that the company should do in order to make sure that the artists are safe and sound. Not only about the routine check, but also about the relationship. They need to overcome the fears by not banning the artist to be in a relationship. In some cases, the artist that is in a relationship is forced by the company to break up. A company forced a couple to break up. Can you imagine how deep the company goes through the artist's life? This breaking up moment could make the artist feels like they fell into the ditch. Yeah, you know that when someone is in a relationship, it makes them like the happiest person on earth. And when you force them to break up, it could make them stressed and depressed. It feels like you are thrown down to the ground, and at the end they could feel sick, or the worst case, that sometimes happen to the K-pop artists, they commit to suicide. So in order to avoid that, the company should lesser the regulations about dating for the sake of their artist burden. And the question is, who is in charge to make sure that everything is going perfectly? Yeah, the company should make sure that the artist is safe and sound because they have signed the paper. And yeah, the artist should do the best for the company, and they have to know their own boundaries so they are not force themselves too far. I don't say that everything is the company's job. Yeah, I think both of them should work together. The artists had to keep an eye upon their own health and safety too. And the bodyguards and the manager is someone to help keeping them safe. They are just plus one to make sure that everything is alright and going well, but the artists themselves is the one who can figure out if they have had enough or less. For example, if the artist feels like they are not doing well nor in a good condition, they could ask for help uh, or tell their manager what's in their mind or what they feels. Yeah, communication is important, especially for a big artist that feels hard to maintain themselves. Even if the artist embarrassed to tell someone about their condition, they still have to tell them eventually, because maybe someone could help them going through something they've been struggling on. And when the artist having something odd going on, they have to force themselves to overcome the fears of embarrassment and tell someone about it. They need to work together to make everything perfect. So, from our discussion, we can conclude that work health and safety is a must in every job. Every job, including a supervisor of a construction company, a manager, an office worker that just sit in front of the computer for a day, or even an artist from entertainment industry. Because work health and safety is not only required in a rough work such as in a construction or mining company, but also in every single job in the world. Work health and safety must be considered as the main thing by every part in every job. It's not the company's responsibility, but also the workers too. Of course, the company should make sure that every worker is doing their job health and safe. But what's the value of regulation of work health and safety from the company if the workers ignore it? It's just the same as the entertainment industry. The company should pay attention to their artists' health and safety, but it's nonsense if the artist ignoring their health and safety because I don't know, maybe because they want to make their fans happy no matter what or something. So guys, I hope this video can make you understand how important is work health and safety and more concerned about this thing. Yeah, so there are no more incidents, injury, or even mental illness anymore. And I hope you guys like it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.